Imagine this. You wake up tomorrow and your bank account has 9 zeros. You're standing in a sprawling villa with a view that stretches beyond the horizon. Sounds amazing, right? But here's the twist. This isn't about the money. It's about the mindset. What if you could unlock the same way of thinking that got the world's richest people where they are today? What if I told you the journey to billions starts with the 6 inches between your ears? Now, before we dive in, here's a question for you. How much of your life is spent just surviving versus truly thriving? Think about that for a moment. Because if survival is the game, then billionaires? They're playing an entirely different sport. Let me tell you a story. Elon Musk, at age 27, had just made $22 million from selling his first company. Did he buy a private island? Nope. He dumped $12 million into building PayPal, a company nobody even understood at the time. Crazy, right? Or maybe not. Now, raise your hand if your idea of risk-taking is ordering something new at Starbucks. Yeah, I thought so. But here's the thing. Billionaires don't think like most people. And if you want to live a wealthy, fulfilled life, neither should you. Today, we're diving into how to think like a billionaire in 3 powerful shifts. Stick around until the end because the last one, it might just blow your mind. 1. Billionaires think in decades, not days. Here's the first shift. Billionaires play the long game. Jeff Bezos didn't start Amazon to sell books. He started Amazon to dominate e-commerce. It took years before it made any real profit. Years of people calling him foolish. Years of reinvesting instead of cashing out. Now, let me ask you, how often do you sacrifice long-term success for short-term comfort? Think of it this way. Would you rather have a donut today or a 6-pack next year? Yeah, I thought so. But here's the twist. What if delaying gratification isn't as hard as you think? I'll explain in just a moment. 2. Billionaires focus on leverage. Have you heard of OPM? It stands for other people's money. Billionaires like Richard Branson mastered it. But there's also OPT, other people's time, and OPI, other people's ideas. They're not doing it all alone. Imagine trying to move a boulder with your bare hands. Impossible, right? But now imagine you have a lever. Suddenly, that massive boulder is manageable. That's leverage. By the way, if your leverage so far is asking your sibling to do the dishes, we've got some work to do. So how do you start building leverage in your own life? That's where the third shift comes in. 3. Billionaires embrace failure as fuel. Here's the billion-dollar secret. Billionaires fail more than most people even try. Oprah Winfrey was fired from her first TV job. Steve Jobs was kicked out of his own company. But instead of giving up, they used failure as feedback. But wait, what happens when failure feels paralyzing? Stay tuned because I'll show you a mental hack that billionaires use to flip fear into excitement. Before we get there, let's recap these 3 shifts quickly. Thinking in decades, leveraging resources, and embracing failure. But there's one final mindset shift that ties it all together, and it's a game changer. You know what? Big problems equal big opportunities. Picture this. It's 1994 and Jeff Bezos is sitting at his desk in New York. He stumbles across a statistic. The internet is growing at 2,300% a year. Instead of thinking, wow, cool fact, he asks, how can I build a business on this? Fast forward, and Amazon becomes the behemoth we know today. Billionaires don't run from problems. They see them as puzzles to solve. What's one challenge in your life that could be a disguised opportunity? Remember, wealth isn't about avoiding problems. It's about tackling the right ones. Imagine Bezos hearing about the internet and saying, nah, sounds risky. I'll stick to fax machines. Ridiculous, right? What's the one problem you're overlooking that could be your golden ticket? Here's the truth. Billionaires don't see problems. They see puzzles. They don't fear uncertainty. They lean into it. To them, the world isn't fixed. It's malleable, waiting to be shaped by bold ideas. Think about Elon Musk sending rockets to Mars or Sarah Blakely starting Spanx with just $5,000. They weren't afraid to ask, what if? What if you did the same? What if the limits you see in your life are just illusions? Here's the kicker. You don't need billions to start thinking this way. You can start today. Take a risk. Build something. Fail forward. Because the world needs your ideas, your solutions, and your boldness. Now it's your turn. Drop a comment below and tell me, what's one bold idea you've been holding back on? Let's start thinking big, together.